guns out of the hands of terrorists. We should remember that. And we can't let our politicians off the hook for displaying that monumental level of cowardice. Okay? Next, I'd like to have one of our elected officials, Mayor Ed Pulaski of Allentown.
Ever since that day, June 12th, I've been asking myself one question. And that one question is, when is enough enough? In 2007, we had an attack on Virginia Tech, killed 32 people before a gunman killed himself. We all asked ourselves at that particular point in time, when is enough enough? Will Congress act and stop this senseless violence? And unfortunately, the answer to that question was no. They would not. They would not act. They would not stop the senseless violence. And then again, December of 14th of 2012, 20 children aged 6 to 7 years old, as well as 6 adults and staff members were fatally shot in Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut. And we grieved as a nation. We asked again, is enough enough? And the answer was no. And we thought, surely Congress, again, after this, children being shot in their school, Congress would act and stop the senseless violence. And again, the answer was a resounding no. Then there was June 17th, 2015. A white man opened fire in a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina, killing 9 people, including a pastor during a prayer meeting. We grieved again as a nation. And again we asked, is enough enough? And again we asked, will Congress do something to stop this violence? And again, the answer was no. Which leads us to more mass shootings. A shooting at a community college in Rosenberg, Oregon. A shooting at a social service center in San Bernardino, California. Kalamazoo, Michigan, a series of random shootings and attacks. A factory in Kansas. In all, 33 dead, 43 people wounded. And again, we asked, is enough enough? Will Congress act? Will they do something in the light of all these mass shootings? And again, they said no, refusing to address this issue in any way. And then, of course, June 12, 2016. Gunmen with an assault rifle opened fire in a crowded dance club in Orlando, leaving 50 people dead, 53 people injured, the worst mass shooting in this nation's history. And again, Congress said no. No. So I ask us today, are we fed up? Are we there? Are we going to say enough is enough? You know, Fritz talked about it, but 33 is the number of Americans who die every single day of senseless gun violence. Since 1968, over 1.6 million Americans have died as a result of gun violence. 1.6 million. That is more than every single war. Folks lost every single war in our nation's history. Just to put that into perspective, that's more than has been killed in the Civil War, World War II, World War I, the Korean, the Vietnam War, combined. And so we need to treat this, and Adrian talked about it, as a health epidemic. This is an epidemic. It's an epidemic of national proportion. And we need to treat it like an epidemic. And just like an epidemic that's remedied by medical experts, experts will require our political leaders to intervene based on evidence and not just their political agendas. But there's a huge obstacle preventing it. And that huge obstacle is our nation's gun lobby. Because 300 million Americans are being controlled by a single organization, and that's the National Rifle Association. Now, I'm going to make it clear to the media that's out there, I am not against owning a gun. I am not against the Second Amendment, but I am for common sense. And common sense approaches like closing background check loopholes and keeping guns away from terrorists doesn't seem to be a real political jump as far as I'm concerned. But yet, for the folks in Congress, that seems to be a leap way too far. And I believe there's only one thing that will guarantee that change, and that's Americans saying that this time we must take action and keep our communities safe. We must change what will happen in America, and we must insist and say that enough is enough. And we need state and federal legislation. Let's talk about it. And that courage just isn't standing up in an empty hall or chamber and making some speech. The courage is I'm talking about is reaching across the aisles, working with others for the benefit of the good of the people that we serve. We need Congress to not cower, but stand up to the gun lobbies. Correct? We legislators to stand up and say no to Act 192. Instead, they're trying to reintroduce it after the state Supreme Court struck it down. We need them to care more about the people of Pennsylvania than the gun lobbyists that they serve. We have been through too many tragedies. We're all concerned about our loved ones, we're concerned about our communities, we're concerned about our kids. We're too concerned to let this continue. Change will only happen when we insist on it. If Americans of all stripes, gay, straight, white,